Review code provided by Thunderful Games. Hey everyone, it's Jared here with a quick review of SteamWorld Build, just in time for the holidays. Now, if you know anything about the SteamWorld games, you know that they are a series of high-quality indie titles, each in a different genre, and all taking place in the same steampunk-inspired universe. This time around, the team has put together a city builder game, where you're tasked with not only building a bustling settlement from scratch, but also with mining precious technology below the world's crust. Your end goal is to excavate ancient tech from down below in an effort to eventually take to the stars and leave the dying planet behind. There are a few characters with funny voices, but by and large, the meat of this game's story is in the gameplay itself. Now, before I say anything else, I need to give major props to the developers for making this game super controller-friendly. I was kind of nervous about having to deal with the type of game that uses a cursor, but everything worked effortlessly on my DualSense. The triggers zoom in and out, and the UI is very easy to navigate, carefully folding in all the things you need into easily found categories. It's almost like your menu is one big tech tree, and most of the time, I didn't have any problems finding what I needed and placing it in the world. I would say this user accessibility also extends to the general design of the game. Essentially, there are three major types of things that you'll be building. Houses for residents, who provide money in the form of taxes and labor for your other buildings. Services, which make your residents happier. And facilities that farm and generate resources. Everything feeds into itself, but you have to be careful to provide yourself with enough space, as everything has to be connected by roads, and sometimes it's hard to keep all of your residents happy enough to become upgraded into higher classes, such as Aristobots and scientists. Luckily, there are some great in-game guides to refer back to if you find yourself losing money or running into roadblocks. And I did skip some of the tutorials a little too fast, so I was really glad that those guides were available for me. The city building is solid, but SteamWorld Build's biggest twist on the genre is digging. And personally speaking, this is where the game really shines for me. The thing about most city builders is that usually the end goal is just to grow your town into a big resource generator. And while that's still the case here, you also have the end goal of finding several ancient tech parts deep in the mine. To get them, you have to create grids of quarters to summon little miners to help excavate precious metals, and machines to help protect yourself from creatures that attack you from the depths. In a way, it's kind of like a tower defense / survival game. These two major styles of gameplay create a lovely loop where you discover resources in the mine that can then be used by the service buildings up above, which can help you upgrade your citizens and get more income, which can then be used to build specific buildings that allow you to dig into tougher materials and get deeper in the mine, as well as create turrets and machines to protect yourself from monsters. It was really fun to have just kind of that adventure element of trying to get deeper and deeper into the mine. And while I really would have liked there to be even more to discover in the mines and spend more time down there, it was very fun to switch back and forth between city building and resource management to exploration and tower defense. So, what's my final verdict? I think SteamWorld Build is an excellent game, but I don't think it's for everyone. Its various systems can be a little overwhelming at times, and it does have a slow burn of accumulating resources to grow your city. It's not really a pick up and play kind of experience. But if the gameplay looks intriguing to you, and if you're the type that really likes to optimize to max out your tech tree, or you generally like survival games and city builders, SteamWorld Build is an easy recommendation. This game is one of the most accessible entries in its genre, and it does an exceptional job streamlining certain elements and providing some well-needed objectives through its story and digging mechanics. While SteamWorld Dig 2 is my favorite game the studio has produced, in fact it's in my top 5 games of all time, I still really enjoyed my time with Build. SteamWorld Build is available on all major platforms, including Game Pass. So, if it sounds like your jam, check it out by clicking the link in the description. Thanks for joining me for this review. I'm Jared, and I'll level with you next time.